Breaking news. What gives with the low-key funeral for Prigozhin? While Russia was debating what honors Yevgeny Prigozhin, who was once awarded a Hero of Russia award, should receive and whether Putin himself would attend his funeral, the Wagner boss killed in a mysterious plane crash has been buried in a small cemetery in St. Petersburg. Reactions from Europe's media. Genuine heroes are given a different funeral rite. According to journalist Stanislav Kucher, Prigozhin's death was ordered from Moscow due to the low-key funeral. In his Facebook post, he says, "Anyone who believes conspiracy theories about the hand of Western secret services, or the Ukrainian trail, should be asked, wouldn't a Russian hero killed by the enemy deserve a big farewell with the participation of the head of state and celebrities from politics, propaganda, and culture, with a military escort or at least a guard of honor?" Stanley Kucher. The Spectator draws the conclusion that Putin is extremely nervous due to the lack of transparency surrounding the funeral. After the failed coup led by Wagner's leader in June, any public displays of sorrow or support for him could be interpreted as an attack on the president's authority. Prigozhin had a devoted fanbase among some segments of the Russian population at the time of his death, and the Kremlin likely would have preferred to keep them apart. Russian authorities, and by extension the Kremlin, may have been eager to erase Prigozhin and the events of earlier this summer from Russian memory, as evidenced by his secret burial. Prigozhin's body may not have been the one buried, according to Okta-A-Acute-LN.CZ. The case has been resolved. How credible, though, is Russia's Aviation Accident Investigation Bureau and its panel of experts? Is it reasonable to assume that Prigozhin's death has been definitively proven by their research? We simply cannot. Because we can't trust anything the official Russian regime says, not even the most fundamental facts, like Prigozhin's death, are known with absolute certainty. Russia is fundamentally different from democratic systems in many ways, including this one. De facto, there is no reliable mechanism for regulation. Echo picked up a Telegram message in which political scientist Vladimir Pastakov compared the brutal 1916 murder of Prigozhin to that of another significant figure in Russian history. Like Rasputin, and more recently, Kadyrov, he undermined the state from within, made fun of it, dismantled all bureaucratic procedures, and ruthlessly drained the treasury to line his bottomless pockets. The regime will collapse after Prigozhin's death, just as it did after Rasputin's. Putin's galley wouldn't have survived for 20 years without men like Prigozhin. Once its rowers, the regime is now beginning to cast them aside. The galley may have more space and look better this way, but it won't last long without them. Russia's oil output cuts, according to Rosneft PJSC CEO Igor Sechin, are slowing the growth of the country's largest crude producer. Sechin said in a statement on the Wednesday after that Rosneft has been limiting crude oil production in one way or another since 2017, which holds back the company from reaching its full potential.